What's going on, guys? IC Trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol SMCI, Super Microcomputer Incorporated. And right away, we're in an obvious consolidation range. See price get that huge jump to that $66 level, come back down, retrace, consolidate, move up, and now we're in this tighter consolidation range. So the question is, are we going to break out from this or are we going to break down from this? Before I get in depth on the daily, we're going to bring you to the weekly to get a broader perspective. Now, on the weekly chart, you see that got in this flag and pole like structure, right? Price comes up, gets in this flag type structure, flag and pole, break up very nicely. You see about 9 green candles touching from that $29 level to that $122 level, which is about a 300% move, just a monster move. No stopping them. The buyer's just in full control here, getting to that 122.90 level. Then we get in this pennant type of formation. You see the ascending support and the descending resistance getting tight, chopping around here before ultimately flushing down. And after flushing down, we try to bounce off this $47 level. Can't do that. We flush under it and we play really tight between that, $39 and $47 level. Try to get above that a few times. Very strong resistance at that level. And we crush further all the way down to $17, right where this stock formed that pole like structure in this past flag and pole. Bounce off that level. And then boom, we go up. Buyers try to get back in the game. Touch around that $47 level once again, very hard resistance. We break back down, get onto that. We make a higher low than last time, starting to form some sort of an ascending support. Then we get back up 1, 2, 3 green days, get all the way above that hard resistance that we saw at $47, and try to break this long-term, descending resistance. Ultimately, can't do that. We wick above that, fall by a hard retracement, solid red candle, get back onto that tough zone, and then we trend $29 level, consolidate once again, which is also the level we broke out from this flag-like structure. We get real tight, price gets real tight, see a strong green wide bar. After that, get above that resistance level of 37, 39, and 44, and then we get back under 44, consolidating tightly, but ultimately getting out of that, long-term descending resistance you can see there with that last green candle, getting out of that. So the question is, will we hold at that range? Will we fully get out of this descending resistance? In the short term, it definitely looks good, right? We did get that nice green confirmation up and move sideways tightly. Didn't get too volatile. We moved, for a little bit of a better view. 1, 2, 3, 4 trading weeks in a tight fashion before getting out of that under this type of range. We haven't seen that after a big move up. You see a big move up, couple moves up, and a big rejection. Same here. You see the same thing. Moves up, big rejection. We see a nice move up, and then we kind of hold tight for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, right? And the 5th day getting out of that. Only thing is we still are under that $47 level. So we'll have to see if this was a little bit of a fake breakout. That could also happen, right? That the next candle getting below that, resistance, that could definitely happen. If that's not the case, we got to watch that $47 level for a breakthrough, because ultimately we are still under that. It is a tough level. Now, guys, on the daily chart shows us a better perspective of the closer term. Hitting that spike of 66.44, that's where we try to get out of that descending resistance. After that come down of $29, price consolidates for a lot of days. These are every single candle here is a day. So you see how long that price really chopped between that $37 to $29 level. We're really getting tight here after that gap down and retest and coming back down a little bit higher from that. Price is getting really tight. And we see the breakout of this, descending resistance that was forming, shorter term descending resistance. Really nothing stopping it. A couple days where sellers try to push it down within that range of 44 and 37. Doesn't happen. And we confirm to the upside, break out of that tough trend, break out of that really harsh $47 level, get up, and then we quickly reject off that longer term resistance level. Sellers gain that control, and there's 5 hard green days coming back down, getting out of that overall range. We are holding higher instead of coming back down in the depths of that range. But quickly we do flush that, and we get right back in that consolidation range that we were in for some time. Once again, in that consolidation range for a long time, making another shorter term descending resistance. Break out of that. Now, instead of kind of chopping around and coming back into this harsh consolidation zone, we hold a little bit higher, and we are consolidating just like we did in these past consolidation phases. Just a lot of days of chop, a lot of days of back and forth, buyers and sellers in an overall fight. But something that we do note here is we are holding a lot tighter in the more recent consolidation range. You see a lot of chop, a lot of volatility in these two ranges, slowly getting out of that long-term resistance. and holding nice, guys. We see it break out. Buyers do remain pretty much in control. Sellers do react a little bit from that breakout of that zone, but buyers gain that control, and we do get out of that quite nicely, guys. We do break out of that and above that $44 level. Right when we were in this flag and pole like structure, the volume's not really there. And then you come here, same kind of, we're in a consolidation range, maybe not as tight as we've seen there, but we are ultimately in a consolidation range on this weekly. And you see the volume kind of tripled to quadrupled in size. So there's just more volume aiding this stock. Volume seems to be drying up just a tad over the last few weeks, but if we can get that volume confirmation, that volume back in, get some spikes of volume, we can definitely see a higher move up. We've tested this spot so many times in this range. We finally got up there, and we haven't rejected hard like we've seen in the past with the volatility. We don't reject hard, we stay up strong. Buyers hold their ground. We've broken this long-term resistance. We've broken a shorter-term resistance. What we want to look out for is a hold above this $44 level quite strongly, and a continuation testing that 47.85 level, which is the real deal strong resistance level. So you really want to see a breakout of that, a hold above that using it as support, and further move up. If this thing can get a move up, we could definitely see a solid move up. This thing can be volatile in nature. It can have these big moves up, but that's be prone to. We've broken a long-term structure, so if we can break through this $47 level, it is likely we could see a really sharp, aggressive move out of there. If the bears do get back into control, watch that move under that $44 level, move onto the shorter term resistance and long term resistance. It's been over a year type of resistance, so it would be bad to get back into this zone. It would just lead to a longer term further move down. Since we tried for a long time to get out of this, we've stayed very tight, broken out of it. If we end up coming back in that zone, just not a good sign for the bulls in the long term perspective. Now, if we can hold above it, in a long term perspective, it's looking really good for SMCI. Really good in the long term perspective. But we do have one more zone to crush, that $47.85 level. Now, guys, on the hourly, you see after that gap up, that nice move up and that gap up, a little bit better getting this channel, bounce around a little bit, very volatile on the hourly, a lot of back and forth. It's trending downwards, hit that ascending support, then we move up, same thing, a little bit of back and forth, start to get tight, and you see that tight price nature moving out of that resistance there that we were touching up on right away. Right when we move out of it, you see sellers try to step in here, you see that gap down. Right when we move out, you see that gap down, you see buyers step in, a little bit of buying pressure and that gap up. You see two nice green bars hitting that $44 level. Once again, sellers see that as some good resistance, try to move down, buyers hold up high, boom, right through that, and then right up above that $44 level. A little bit of back and forth. Seems like buyers are trying to hold their ground. On the flip side, watch for the $40 to $39 level if the bears take control. I think that we will consolidate in this range for some time, move up to that $47 level with a nice breakthrough. We are definitely bullish in this case scenario. I think we will see a move up. I'd say 70%, 75% move up, 25% bears get back into control, try to push it back down. SMCI looking solid after getting out of that overall zone. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed and want to see more SMCI content, make sure to like and subscribe, as I'll continue to cover SMCI as well as other major tickers. Trade smart, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.